All right. Hit me with it again.
All right.
Not again, because we totally didn't reshoot this.
Yeah, no, never happened. Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Would you rather be the worst player on a championship team, or would you rather be the best player on a last place team?
I feel like there's so much into that because it all depends on what your goals as a person. Is your goal to make a lot of money? Not that you can't make it, not that you can't make a lot of money either or, but I feel like you're going to make a lot of money with your endorsements being the best player on a crappy team. See Myles Garrett.
That's like Herm Edwards said, you
Garrett
play
Cole.
to win the game.
You play to win the game. I get that.
Championships, it's about the rings, baby.
Yeah, like using my logic, my reasoning, typically when you talk about who's the best in a respective sport, you got your Bill Russells in the NBA. Robert Ory's got 7 rings.
Right.
So do you argue, is the man good at basketball or is the man just good at picking
Picks the right
the team to sign with?
Well, that's what Peter Gimmons always used to say whenever somebody would argue about Derek Jeter being the best shortstop. He would say, well, by that logic, Luis Sojo is a Hall of Famer because he has 4 rings with the Yankees. Luis Sojo, is he a Hall of Famer? He just happened to be a utility man on a great Yankees
But
dynasty.
did he contribute in the playoffs?
If riding the bench and
Pinch hitting?
Yeah,
coming
maybe
in to play defense? And
certainly not anything
innings?
special, no.
Okay.
But he's got the rings. He's got the rings.
Yeah, and so it's like what is more important to you? So I think I would go with a bench rider on a good team.
But then
Because I want the rings.
you have the guys like Harry Kane, who again only I'm only saying he was on a last place team because it was Tottenham, but he was able to parlay his greatness with the Spurs into a deal with Munich Bayern and is tearing it up over there. Garrett Cole was on a terrible Pirates team for a while and won World Series with the Astros and then went to the World Series last year with the Yankees. So he's making his money too. So
You're going in on Garrett Cole, and I was like, I forgot he was with the Astros for a little bit. And I'm like, what World Series is? But then Astros. I'm like, yep.
And that's going to be what Paul Skeens is going to do too.
Skeens. But yeah, I still think I would default to. I think I want to win when it comes down to like the bottom line. No one likes to lose.
Yeah.
So
winning is fun, and even being the low man on the totem pole.
Your Scalabrinis.
Yes, Scalabrinis. You ever heard of Lenny DiNardo?
No.
Lenny DiNardo was on the Red Sox for the early 2000s and was able to parlay the success of the Red Sox into a nice broadcasting career and probably never has to buy a drink or anything in Boston ever for the rest of his life.
That might be more of a smart fans. I feel like a lot of the bench riding guys,
regional things,
typical fans aren't going to know.
Right.
So like you were talking about KB. So if she, typical bench rider, got more minutes this year, but you're right, girl sits on the bench and now has rings 3 out of the last 4 years.
Every Aces fan is going to recognize KB, but probably not anywhere. She goes into Tamika Catching's restaurant to have dinner. They're not going to recognize her as a 3-time WNBA champion.
No, definitely
Even
not.
though it is Tamika Catching's restaurant.
That's a good one, though. That one has me sitting. That, to me, I'm kind of on the fence with that one, too, but I'm just ever so leaning towards worst player, best team.
Ultimately, you play to win the game.
Yeah.
And
Herm.
you get your name on the Stanley Cup is something special.
Also true. You said his name yesterday.
Braden Pahal.
Yeah.
Braden Pahal is on the Stanley Cup. His name is on the Stanley Cup, yes. He played 1 playoff game that run and played in 12 games that season, but his name is on the Stanley Cup, so props to Braden Pahal.
Yeah, infamy. That's a good one.
Thank you.
What do I got
Internet
here?
search.
All
right, on to the regular part of the podcast.
Do I want to go into my Stub Hub?
Yes. I want to hear about your Stub Hub experience because I have rarely ever had a good Stub Hub experience myself.
Gravitas.
Had a bad one this past summer.
I like how I wrote down my notes of things that happened to me that I should remember. So you and I both have season tickets for the Raiders in different sections. We both got them. We both got them to sell them mostly.
Right.
And I know we're in that camp, or capitalism camp, but there's people that are like, why do you do that? Like, you're just buying tickets to sell them. Like, that's not the spirit of like a live event. Like, you should be able to buy. People that want to go to the event should be able to buy them.
Well, I think we both wanted access to the other events too at the stadium.
Yes, we did.
Like the concerts, like
Everything that comes through Allegiant.
yeah, WrestleMania.
That was my thinking when I first initially. I was like, oh, there's gonna be so many concerts. There's gonna be all of this stuff, and like the ability to get tickets to it for things that I want to do. And the Foo Fighters thing is weird because I'm not sure exactly what is happening with that. You got an email, I did not, which is weird.
I'll forward it to you.
It's too late now. They're like through the pre-sale, and normally, so I'll backtrack a little bit for how it works for some of the people that don't have like the early access stuff. When you have a personal seat license and you can get tickets to every event that comes through a venue, usually you get an email about that. Hey, blah, blah, blah. And the tickets go on sale 10 a.m. 3 days before the general public. They always advertise that. And then at the bottom of the email or whatever is a code.
Right.
And so you go on to Ticketmaster or whatever. I don't know what you call Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, those type of things where you get tickets from. And then you go to the event, and then you go, sometimes it's you go pick a seat and they have you put in the code. Sometimes you put in the code before they show you the seat map. I've seen both. And you put in the code that they emailed you, and you actually have the ability to go in and buy the seats at face value. And most of the time, you're not limited to just the 2 seats that you own. I'm not sure about any other venue, but Allegiant does not limit you to that. So, because initially going into it, I was like, well, okay, I'll just have this section, these 2 seats for every single thing that comes through. And then I started getting in and buying these tickets, and I was like, nope, you can basically pick where you want to. So I've been good on buying stuff that has gotten resale value. I've gotten stuff that I have to eat a lot of money on sometimes. Beyonce, for some reason, did not do well for me.
Beyonce was overpriced.
And they put a thing on it, too, where you couldn't resell. So you had to find someone outside of it and transfer it to them. You couldn't, my particular seats, I couldn't repost them for sale inside of Ticketmaster.
That's crazy.
It's really, and then so this Foo Fighters one, I didn't get an email about it. And then I had people that wanted to go, and I was like, this is the reason why we have the PSL, so that people that I know can get access to them. And I didn't get a code, so I go on and thinking, oh, maybe I can still get in with the email. And you had to be on a pre-sale list that you signed up for outside of the PSL things in order to get these. And I think it was something that Dave Grohl did, because he's a big voice in getting the people that want to go to the concerts to get the tickets instead of people buying them and reselling them for more than they made. But this is capitalism at work. This is like, it is what it is. So you guys can complain about it, give us shit or whatever. But I bought the Raiders tickets because Denver comes here once a year, and I want to be able to go see my Broncos play every year. And I thought I could sell the other 7 or 8 games, depending on how many home games they have, and make money off a team in my division that I don't like. And it was the best of both worlds. And I've had nothing but issues selling the tickets for the last 5 years, using Ticketmaster, using Stub Hub. And so I become kind of irritated with it. But Stub Hub, this is something that's come to light recently that I didn't really, because I had been focused most on Ticketmaster selling them, but it was at the beginning of this year, when the schedule comes out in May, and that's usually when they sell the most. Right. You have a schedule release, and then you just post them right away when you get your tickets, and people, because everyone's excited for the season. They're looking at the schedule. They're looking at, hey, when can I travel to Vegas? Because we're a travel destination. Let me go. I know, if I'm a NFC East fan this year, right? Because we had Giants, Cowboys are here. Bears were here. A bunch of good teams that have like, not necessarily good, but they have big fan
followings.
bases.
Yeah.
So when Pittsburgh comes here, that's always a huge one. So
San Francisco.
I, for the first time, wanted to put them on StubHub instead of just listing them on Ticketmaster, because I feel like Ticketmaster is one of the lower totem poles as far as like a website that people think of when they want to, because they don't do a lot of advertising. It's always like SeatGeek, StubHub, TickPick, whatever. So I put them up on StubHub, and I went as far as I could because you have to put in a credit card for them to pay you out. Both my credit cards expired halfway through the season. So until I got the new cards with new numbers, I couldn't put a payout option for the second half of the season. So all the ones I initially put on, they all sold all the way up until this game right now because the credit cards expired at the end of October, and I got 2 new credit cards to start November, and I couldn't list them until I got the card to put it in. So Jacksonville and the Giants and the Chiefs and the Broncos, obviously I'm not going to sell the Broncos one, but I've put those up of late and come to find out that StubHub rates them based on the value. And I don't know the system that they use, but they'll rate your sale price versus everything around you versus what they think the ticket should be worth. And if you're not within their parameters of a good deal, they will not show your ticket to someone getting on the website and looking.
So they don't even put it at the bottom of the list.
No, and I checked this. I checked this morning because I was looking at the schedule and I was like, oh my God, fucking Jacksonville is here in like 3 days and I have not sold the ticket. So when you log on to StubHub and you go to a game or a concert or something, they automatically flick on their recommended filter. And if you don't know it exists, you won't see it. So I'm talking about this for awareness for people too. Like this, know when you go onto StubHub, you're probably seeing 5% of the tickets that are for sale. So if you go to the left side of the browser, I will video myself doing this on StubHub's website so people can see it, and I'll put it here so you can see what you have to do. For those that don't know, it's not right there when you look at the filters. You have to go down a little bit on the left side of the screen and click off the recommended tab. And then it will show you every ticket available for that venue. I clicked on section 105 this morning. With the filter on, it showed 9 options. When I clicked the filter off, 114.
Oh my God.
So they blocked out 90-something tickets.
Well, and that, works in their favor too, because then they end up creating the illusion that there's not a lot of seats for sale.
Yeah.
So you have to buy those seats right away, and it's probably as soon as one of those sells. All right, there's 9. One. Yeah, then we'll just keep going.
But the fact that they were hiding 90 of them just in section 105. Now I get it. I get that this is Jacksonville and the Raiders, and like.
It's not a big demand.
It's not a big demand, and so I'm not going to say what my face value is, but it was recommending to me about $100 less than face value.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Per ticket. And I get it. Sometimes you got to eat it. Sometimes you got to eat what your face value was. It's Jacksonville, and so they're still a winning record team. And
Trevor Lawrence
second place in the AFC QB. South. So it's like, and so I've got these 3 live. And now I look at them, and StubHub will tell you, they're like, you're not recommended. Like, it'll be red. You're not recommended. You're not recommended. I dropped the tickets down and then finally got to a price where it was like, okay, finally, we'll show you when the recommended filter is not going. And then they want you to, because I don't buy the tickets via StubHub, and NFL tickets are all listed via Ticketmaster, you have to, it's like a different third parties, and they don't communicate so well. So you have to tell StubHub, hey, these tickets are on Ticketmaster. And then what they want you to do is they want you to transfer them. They want you to transfer your tickets from Ticketmaster to a special account that they have on StubHub. And they give you this email to do it so that they can be instant downloads. So if I'm a person trying to buy on StubHub, I go, oh, those are instant downloads. I click buy and then bam, instantly I have them. Versus I buy them and then I, as the seller, get a notification about the email to transfer them to. See, they want to make it easier, and I get that, but like I've never had an issue sending it to someone. I've gotten the correct emails. The first half of the season, all those tickets went out. The Bears game, the Cowboys game that's coming up, the Browns game that's coming up that I've sold. Never an issue with it. So today I go to I wanted to test it with the Jacksonville ticket, and I go and I transfer it to that email address that they gave me, and I'm sitting there, I'm clicking refresh to make sure they got it, and I don't get it. And then I finally click it and it refreshes on the screen and it goes, your seat numbers aren't showing up. And I was like, bitch, I literally put in section 105, row 21, seats 3 and seat 4. I can see the information on all my listings right here. Yet you're telling me that you're not seeing the seat numbers. Go fuck yourself. So I canceled the transfer, and immediately if you cancel a transfer to their account, they'll pull your listing immediately off. So I and I'm looking at my listings, and all of a sudden the Jacksonville one disappears, and I'm like, oh fuck, it sold. And then I go look for it, and I look for a selling email, and I'm like, nope. And I come to find out, nope. If you cancel a transfer to their account, they'll pull the listing. So I had to go back and relist it again. So like I'm fucking fed up with this StubHub bullshit.
Now, I will say, as somebody who has had issues with StubHub myself, as a buyer, I'm only doing the instant download because we had issues even after they have confirmed purchases that we did not get the tickets ever sent to us. Even the day before they emailed us the game, or they emailed it.
Yeah.
The day before the game, they emailed us saying, you will have your tickets within an hour of the game. And they still never came. And on a Sunday afternoon, it is a pain in the butt to get a hold of people at StubHub, to the point where we had a phone going, a chat going, and a Twitter conversation going.
It's both sides of the coin here.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with transferring it because you're giving me issues.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to blindly transfer it to an account. And once they're gone from that, Ticketmaster is nice because you can recall them. But some people would be nervous about just without no money's coming my way, and here I am transferring tickets that are worth a good amount of money to this account because you StubHub say I'll put them on instant download.
But you still
and then you're giving me the I don't trust the non-instant download ones. So it's like, can we figure out something here?
With the Raiders, we still have a little ace up our sleeves there because we still have the hard tickets. And the owner of those, is ultimately the PSL owner, right?
Yeah.
And those do work. The Raiders actually, believe it or not, do give season ticket holders hard tickets to every game that work. Unlike the Aces ones, which are just for show.
But yeah, it's just like, until they can, I don't know. I'm just really angry with StubHub and everything that has to go with that. Yeah, that was my StubHub rant.
Yeah, they got a nice letter from me over the summer. I will say they did make it right, but I did not get to do the wiener review that I wanted to do, which is my YouTube channel, at Maddie Eats a Wiener. Just a little
there you go.
Shout out there.
We got a little teaser for it right here.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Okay, so I'll keep it in the NFL. We'll keep it going. Last week,
Broncos are in first place. Patriots are in first place. What else is there to know? Colts are in first place.
Yeah, I wrote a note. It was a weird week for like down and out starters that you're thinking, oh man, this might be the end for them, to all of a sudden have weird comeback games.
Justin Fields
and CJ Stroud and Tua.
Yeah.
All of them had like 4 touchdown games against San Francisco defense, pretty good. Miami played Atlanta.
Yeah.
They're not a juggernaut defense, but I can't figure out Atlanta. Atlanta's the weirdest team in the world this year.
Yes. Very inconsistent at the best.
So, yeah, ruining my parlay. Thanks, Dolphins, for that. And it's just like, what happened that week?
I can tell you why the Jets won. That was divine intervention. Nick Mangold died, and there was not a chance in hell that they were going to lose that game. Even when they were down big, Jets had to win that game.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Nick.
He was dealing with that all his life, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Kidney disease.
41 years old, man.
Sucks. Families.
Or donate organs, folks. If you can be an organ donor, you can live forever. Do it.
Yeah, it doesn't, I don't think it costs you anything. It's just a little thing they put on
Well, yeah, because you're dead.
You're dead. It's just a little thing they put on your driver's license.
Yeah.
Well, as coming from a medical family, like I would be shameful if I didn't have organ donor on my license. So yeah, take them all. Take them all as long as it's still functional. Take my liver, take my kidneys.
Take my non-functional ones, because if my non-functional ones help somebody live for another, couple of months, then whatever, if they can live for an extra couple months, that's more time they can have.
To get you on a list to keep you going so you can get a good one, right? Take my shitty heart, to stay alive for 4 months to get a good heart.
Right, exactly.
Or something, you know. What else I got here? I got, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I texted this to you, and I had never noticed this before. And now I don't pay a lot of attention to it, but their holder, and I know their holder is African American, and I had never noticed that before. And now I didn't even look up the guy's name, but there must have been another player holder for a team of African American descent, but I cannot for the life of me ever remember seeing one because it jumped out to me like a sore thumb when I saw it. I'm like, because they did a zoom in on the hold for Boswell's kick, and I'm like, that's a black holder. There you have a black holder.
So, do you remember back in the day, it always used to be the backup quarterback that was the holder?
Yes.
And then it kind of became the punter. And so I would imagine that during the backup quarterback days, there was a black holder, because at some point or another there was a Jacoby Brissett or a Doug Williams out there.
Sometimes it wasn't even the backup quarterback. Like Romo held. Remember, he dropped the one against Seattle and then tried to pick it up and run it in.
Yeah, Tony. That was hilarious.
So it's like, has Doug Williams? He must have held a kick.
I bet I can find one going back. Find a photo of Michael Bishop being a holder as a backup QB for the Pats in the early 2000s.
It's just weird that maybe it's just been of late, but I was just like, because I'm trying to, and then, because I immediately went to punters, and I'm like, black punter.
The Raiders had a black punter.
And then we signed him for like a year. Yeah, I cannot remember the guy's name. I'm going to look it up, and again, he'll go right here.
AJ. Was it AJ?
I don't remember. And, like Belichick with his left-footed punters.
Yes.
Always. Because the ball spins different, and so the kick returner is not used to kick returning. I get the argument for
Belichickian logic is sound.
Yeah, and you see receivers talk about when Steve Young would throw them the ball, or Tebow, or the ball spins differently. Because me as a thrower, that's going counter. The ball spinning counterclockwise.
Never paid attention to that. Yeah,
and when you're a righty, the ball spins clockwise.
See, that's weird, because when I was growing up, actually all my siblings are lefties.
Nice.
So my older brother that I would play catch with, he, I guess, or any of my siblings that I would play catch with, it was all going that way. I'm trying to think.
Counterclockwise.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like flushing the toilet in the southern hemisphere. Spins the other way.
I heard that's not actually true.
Yeah, I did a whole Simpsons episode on it. I myself have never been in the southern hemisphere to test that, but I guarantee you, if I ever touch down somewhere,
first order of business,
first thing that I will
I'm
check.
going straight to the bathroom.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
100% checking which way. And
I'm not even dropping off the kids. I'm just going to flush.
Well, you can so interesting would be on the airplane above, you're flying over the equator, right? So do you go in the bathroom pre-equator and then post-equator and check it? Or is a plane not affected by gravity, the spin of the earth? I think it is, though.
It's the Coriolis effect.
Yeah, sure.
It's a scientific term.
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, with the rotation of the earth.
So, yeah, that's so intriguing.
That is a great question, but it might just be one of those
I just know they did it on The Simpsons, and that's what got me to think about it.
I've never used the bathroom on a plane, so
I don't think it swirls.
Yeah,
I think it just.
You know how it is on a cruise ship, where it's just like big sucking down.
That's what I think it is. So I don't think you get a swirl on a plane flush, but yeah, off the plane, yeah, out the door, bam, right to the bathroom to see.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm trying to think of Southern Hemisphere places that I would go, and I feel like the first place I'm going to be is Australia, probably. So
not Buenos Aires.
Why? Why would I go there? To Argentina.
I heard the beef is really good.
Oh, okay, but
Argentina, Brazil, Rio.
Australia has my desire more than any country in South America.
I heard the asses are really good.
Oh, I'm sure they have Miss Bum Bums.
Yes.
But other than that, it's got to be Australia. It's probably going to be the first.
South Africa, Cape Town,
Maybe, yeah.
Mandela.
Yeah, to go see.
Maybe
that
go
kind
out
of
on one
stuff.
of those boats where you can find the great whites eating the seals.
That's the thing.
Yes.
I know
Yeah.
for my birthday,
Shark Week.
not the one coming up, the one my 40th, we're gonna go orca watching, but that's gonna be up in Vancouver Island. So
Oh, nice. 40th birthday party. I haven't got my invite yet.
no one has.
Okay.
Where was I? Oh,
was worried
and
for a
then
second.
did you? I don't know why I wrote this down. I'll put the picture up here. In the game against us, they showed a picture of Brian Schottenheimer, and he's the visor guy.
Yes.
He had 3 pencils
3 pencils.
in the visor.
What is the point? Are they different colored
I
pencils?
didn't look
Okay.
close enough. Pencils are all the same color. Pencil is lead. No, not lead. Yeah, lead.
Graphite.
So I could
You
see
can have different colored pencils.
pens. No, they were pencils like Ticonderoga number
Oh,
2s.
just like standard. Okay.
The clickies. What do you call those?
Mechanicals?
Yeah. But you don't get different colors with those.
Okay, yeah. No, I was thinking like colored pencils.
If you had
Like
like
Crayolas.
pens, you got a red, a black, and a blue. You got highlighters. You've got your yellow, pinks. But no, it was 3 fucking pencils. It's like, is it because he's got one, right? And he's writing shit down. He puts it here to stow it. And then he doesn't remember where the fuck he put it. So he has this other coach. Give me another pencil.
It's very
Like,
possible.
where the fuck is my pencil? Give me another one. And he writes and he puts it in the same fucking spot. And then he forgets again. And then to the point where he's going to have like 7 pencils sticking out of his ear. And you wonder, Jerry Jones, why the fuck did you hire this man to run your team?
I was going to say maybe he wrote too much and it's now dull. So he needed another one.
He doesn't have a sharpener.
Yeah,
He's just got 4 dull
He
pencils.
does not carry a sharpener and he does not want to put them in his pants pocket because they would mark up his
Yeah.
pants.
I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
That's a good observation.
Not going to help your defense. The fact that the Broncos put up 44 on you, dude. Yeah. Okay, so
Broncos win again.
6-2, and we're at Houston. So we'll find out if we're actually a good offense or not against Houston, because Houston's got the number 1 defense as far as like yards allowed.
That's a hard place
Bills.
to win too.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't respect Houston, but it's a
At
hard place
Houston.
to win.
So
always.
we'll see. And it's a 10 o'clock game. It's our only other 10 o'clock game. So we had at Philly and then this one. It's awesome.
I still don't understand the way they do the scheduling. Last week there were 7 10 o'clock games and 3 1 o'clock games. They could have easily shifted 2 of the 10 o'clock games to be 1 o'clock games and had 5 and 5.
Well, you had, you've got huge. Denver Dallas is like huge draws, regional.
Yeah,
wise.
and I know it's like it has to do with America's game of the week.
Yeah, and realize that the Bronco Nation is literally like the biggest part of the country.
Yeah.
Because you've got Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. That's all eastern Washington, Idaho.
Yeah, no,
all of that is Broncos area. So claim it all. Aiden Hutchinson got a new deal this morning.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So it's
Is he
like
getting paid what he's worth?
I think so.
Okay.
And then it got me thinking about the highest paid players in relation to the teams that they're on, and you ask yourself what positions are, I think this is a good segment, what positions are important enough to pay the big money to, and what positions can you sort of get by supplementing.
Well, that's where you have this notion of the skill positions, which I really don't like, because linemen are skill players too. Obviously, if you're playing in the National Football League, you are skilled.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some players that touch the balls and some that don't touch the balls. And it's the old baseball saying, "Chicks dig the long ball." That stuff is sexy, and that's
Never
what
more true than today, where you either strike out or
hit
a bomb.
And that's what makes you money. So that's the logic. But to me, like, if you have the best center in the league, lock up your centers.
It's not a it's not a desirable position. It's not a sexy position.
But it's
They
extremely
don't even get
important.
drafted high.
Where you look at guys, you have to be able to protect your quarterback. Look at a guy like Kyler Murray, who cannot seem to find his ass up off the ground. And even when you have a shorter guy like him, he needs a little bit more time to be able to see down the field, and you got to protect him. So pay your offensive line.
So
draft offensive linemen and pay them.
I was looking at all of the numbers this morning, and so first of all, I looked at we're in it's an offensive league, and
yes,
points are sexy, like you said, home runs. So I looked at the top 10 highest paid defensive players. So it goes like this: Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, Chris Jones, J.J. Watt, Sauce Gardner, Max Crosby, Nick Bonito, and then Milton Williams. So you've got pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher, corner, pass rusher, D tackle.
Yes, I was going to say Sauce is your only
corner, and then your guy Milton, who you just took from Philadelphia, is the number 10 highest paid defensive player.
That's wild.
So it's like you can obviously easily tell what GMs and owners in this league consider the most important defensive position. Now look at those guys, right? Parsons on Green Bay, good team. Hutchinson on Detroit, good team. Bosa hurt. San Francisco, normally in the mix all the time, but then you've got Myles Garrett, Cleveland, horrible team.
Yeah.
Chris Jones, Kansas City, great team. TJ, Pittsburgh, shitty defense. Sauce.
They made a trade the other day and got some
Sauce on the
help.
Jets, trash. Crosby on Vegas, trash. Bonito, Denver, best defense, and then New England's defense is also playing really well too. So it's a hit or miss.
Yeah.
But I feel like on defense,
Chicks take the sack.
The only thing I'm investing in is and you always see those analysts who are like, can you protect the quarterback? Can you get after the quarterback? And do you have a franchise quarterback? That's usually the recipe. Like Mahomes, Chris Jones, and then Kansas City has always had a pretty good offensive line.
They have a pretty good line.
As far as the offense goes, of the top 15 guys, every single one is a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I would expect.
So
how many of them are not on first-place teams?
I don't have the list. I didn't write them down like I did the defensive guys, but I considered 4 of the top 15 bad investments, and my 4 are Tua, Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
So Trevor Lawrence is actually the 3rd highest paid.
Wait, say them again. Tua?
Trevor Lawrence, and then Tua, and then Kirk Cousins, and Kyler Murray.
Okay, so you got 2.
These are just IMHO. I consider
2 number 1 overall picks there.
Yeah. Tua was 6.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins was my boy in the 4th round.
Yeah.
So, but he's not even playing for Atlanta.
But yeah,
he's still the 15th highest paid player. These defensive contracts don't even kick in until after your top 15 quarterbacks. So if you just listed it by player, it's still these top 15 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So Kirk Cousins, who does not play, is higher than every defensive player in the NFL. So that's why I consider it a bad contract.
And I think with Atlanta, when they had...
I'm not sure what Penix's contract is, but it's a rookie contract.
It's a rookie contract. And when they realized that they had a chance to be successful with Penix, and Cousins has been on the trading block since he was benched last year.
No one's taking that salary. That's the problem.
And that's it. Nobody wants to take the salary, and Atlanta doesn't want to pay him to play for somewhere else. Which I get, you don't want to pay him.
You have to find a middle ground. The only way you're moving him is if you find someone to take half of that.
You need an AFC team.
Well, yeah.
So
Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. That's an option. Yeah.
So interesting to keep this going. I kept looking on the offensive side of the ball. There's only 2 positions for 15 through 30.
In offensively? Are they running backs? They're receivers?
And
a tight end?
So quarterbacks are the top 15, and then there's 2 positions on offense which count the other 15 of the top 30.
Wide receivers and tight ends?
No.
Travis Kelce?
Nope.
I don't know.
It's left tackle.
Oh, really?
Not even offensive lineman, left tackle.
Left tackle, okay.
Wide receiver and left tackle. With the Bengals having 2 of those guys with Higgins and Jamar Chase. Sorry, Jamar. I forgot you for a second. Crazy. I looked this up. It took me until number 58 to see a tight end.
And it's Kittle?
It's Kittle
at
58. And then you don't get a running back until 99, Josh Jacobs. So
he got a big deal.
98 guys are paid on the offensive side before a running back.
That's wild.
And they're all wide receivers or offensive linemen or quarterbacks.
Where did Derrick Henry rank on that?
I didn't even find him. Who I think is the NFL MVP at this point of the season, Jonathan Taylor.
Drake May.
Third highest paid running back is Jonathan Taylor.
He's having a hell of a year, isn't he?
But like, it's running backs are getting a resurgence. So like, you're just looking at the numbers here, just kind of just figuring out who these owners and GMs consider to be the most important positions. And I feel like it's going to stay this way. The only thing that really got me was the tight ends. Yeah. I feel like that tight end is a super important position.
I would have thought for sure Travis Kelce.
Even more and more important. And yet you have to go down 58 slots to find the highest paid tight end.
That's wild.
So
that is insane. Especially after we just had National Tight Ends Day.
And they did well.
They all did well. Even Hunter Henry caught a touchdown pass.
And then I kept going into this and looking at how these guys relate. So your top offenses are Indianapolis, Dallas, Buffalo, the Chargers, and Kansas City. So you've got Dak, who gets a lot of money, Josh Allen, who gets a lot of money, Justin Herbert, who gets a lot of money, and Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know what the fuck Indy's doing. I don't know how they're doing it, but somehow they're doing it with a not very high paid offense. And then, you know, what's the coaching cliche? Gotta run the ball. So the Jets are the number 2 rushing offense in the league, and they're 1-8 or 1-7.
Okay.
So I don't feel like running the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Translates to wins.
And Breece Hall is a good running back.
And the Colts are number 6. So of these offenses, they're all passing. Like Dallas is the number 1 passing offense. Buffalo's up there. LA is up there and like the number 3 passing offense.
Did you just say LA?
Yeah. Wow. San Diego.
Okay.
Who are we talking about?
Chargers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. We accepted the Rams moving to LA, but we still have not accepted the Chargers moving to LA.
No.
That's the first time in years.
Herbert's living a life, man. He
should
played the game on Sunday, right? And then Monday you see him at it wasn't the World Series. He was at Monday he was at the Lakers courtside, and then he's like courtside on I don't know what you call that. Your equivalent of courtside for a baseball game.
Front row.
Front row
we call it.
Next to Marlon's man, probably. Who?
Oh, was he next to
No,
Marlon? Oh, okay, that would have been cool. I don't know how Marlon's man
I got to know
manages to
how
get
he
that
gets
same
those
seat
seats.
Every game, every stadium.
It's so easy to see him because he's the bright ass orange in the sea of blue. He'll probably be there tonight. I'm gonna look for him for sure.
I'm sure he will. Yeah.
But you met him and talked to him. I remember glancing and seeing him when the baseball meetings were here a few years ago, which was kind of cool. It's cool to see a person like that you see on TV all the time in like real life. So
he was. I will give nothing but props to Marlon's man. He talked to everybody, took photos with everybody, and he's weird. Like he's just a fan who became famous because of
wearing a Marlins gear.
He wears his gear at every single game, everywhere, anywhere. But yeah, it was when I met him. It was right after the Marlins changed their logo and changed their uniform, and I said, "Are you going to get a new jersey or a new visor?" And he's like, "I don't think I can because I don't think it'll stand out." And that's true because the bright orange is so visible. Sure. Yeah.
Shout out Marlins man.
Marlins man. Props to Marlins man.
Yeah, that was my NFL segment. So,
do you have a basketball segment?
No.
Can I make a slight rant on basketball?
Sure.
So, yeah, basketball is back. Obviously, the NBA on NBC is back. And there's one thing I cannot stand about the NBA on NBC being back. They brought a really cool new score box. I don't know if you guys pay attention to these. I really like paying attention to different score boxes that they put on the screen.
I'll notice it when it's new, and I'll be like, oh, yeah. And then I decide if I like it or not.
Have you seen the NBA on NBC one, the new one?
No.
It's pretty cool because it kind of has like a key for each side that has the team and the logo and the score. But we also have teams on their regional sports networks, the Celtics, the Sixers, the Kings, and the Warriors.
Watch.
Yeah, those are all on NBC Sports Networks.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And they didn't bring in the new NBC Sports or NBA on NBC
motherfuckers
box. And it drives me nuts because it's such a cool new thing that the NBA on NBC did, and those NBC sports networks, regional networks, should have brought the same thing on.
Haven't put it into their system yet.
Yeah, they should have the same thing. NBC.
I'm not typically watching the major broadcasts.
I only watch for the music.
I've got the league pass, and typically the teams that I like to watch, Spurs, they've sucked, so they haven't made it to.
Wemby has been fun to watch.
They haven't gotten to they got their first game against Dallas was on ESPN, but of the last 4 or 5 years, they haven't been on anything. So I've had to get the league pass in order to see all their games. And I think it's FanDuel Network that they're on now.
Yeah.
So that's a different thing. And like, I love it because it's Sean Elliott on the call. And so I like that. He's not particularly good, but for me as a Spurs fan, since I was a kid, it's just cool to hear like a homer.
Right.
And have Sean Elliott be on the call.
Well, yeah, and that's the same for me with Scalabrine on the Celtics. You know, we lost Tommy Heinsohn, Mike Gorman retired, but I like Scalabrine. Second shout out for Scalabrine on this podcast.
Look at that, Brian. You should come sit on this purple couch.
That would be fun.
And come be on our show.
We might have to raise it up like 2 feet.
His knees will be like this.
He's a tall guy. Remember all the people that once said they could beat Scalabrine one-on-one, so he went out and decided, I'll take y'all on.
Best thing ever.
And he crushed them all.
You think you're good. You don't understand. Most people don't understand how good these guys are.
Right, exactly.
So
there was a fun video of a super fan, Vivian. Do you know her? She's I think she's 6 or 7 years old.
For the Aces.
Well, she goes around to all sorts of basketball games, and she was at a Miami Heat game.
Nice.
And so she was asking everybody come out. She goes, can you beat Asia one-on-one? Can you beat Asia one-on-one? Every single player. And most of them are like, no, Asia's too good. Asia's too good. A couple of them were like, you're going to have to talk to Bam about that one. And then one player, who I won't name, said, yeah, I can beat her.
It was Tyler Hero.
And I'm like, dude, I can't believe you would, like, why would you say that to a little girl too, by the way? You know, like one player got down on his knees and was like, do you want to be like Asia? Because I really hope that you try to be like Asia one day. And I'm like, that's so cool. You know, and Vivian's got videos with players all over the country, you know, doing all sorts of games. You know, her parents have pimped her out like nobody's business.
Sounds like it.
But, you know, people love her. She's a cute little girl. She's really fun. Like, I've met her parents and met her outside of a Aces and
nice.
Liberty game in New York. But it's fun, and I love that she's just going up to these men and asking, "Can you beat Asia one-on-one?" It's fun.
I would say no.
Spoilers. I can't. I mean, I don't think I could beat the worst player in Division III women's college basketball one-on-one.
No, probably not. I just don't have the stamina anymore.
Yeah,
I haven't shot a basketball in a while.
I know, it scares me. Like, if they ever want me to do one of those games on the court, which people always are like, Matt, you do it, Matt, because, you know, they know me. And I'm like, no, I don't know if I can make a layup anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Or what if I go to try to do those free throw shooting contests and I start banking them all in? Oh, my God, it's embarrassing. I don't want to be that guy.
I get the Jumbotron feed. So when you get the NBA League Pass, during the commercials, they give you the Jumbotron feed. At least the Spurs one does. Yeah. So I get to see like all of those mid timeout competition things, and a lot of them are people layups or tic-tac-toe or something with the coyote, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I'm always like, I wonder if I could do that. I don't even think I could hit rim if I shot a three-pointer right now. I would definitely need to throw a lot of practice into that.
I feel like that's what I want to do. Like one morning, just go grab a ball and just go down to the park and start shooting threes.
See how many go in.
See what I can do.
I'll use this as a transition to VGK. Wade got to do, my father-in-law, he did the shoot from the middle ice thing.
Where you have to get the goals or the different
goals.
Targets?
Yeah.
How'd he do?
He went like 1 for 5.
Okay.
And he was...
it's not easy.
No, but
especially when you got 18,000 people watching you.
Nervous to walk onto the ice, and I go, no, wait, you don't understand.
They give you the things
on your feet. Ice and it's slippery, but like when we went to paint the ice, we were just walking on it. It wasn't that slippery. So I told him that. I go, I've walked on the ice with like normal shoes. Like, I promise you, you will not slip. And then, like, my brother-in-law, he's a hockey player, so he was trying to give him pointers, and I was like, most people don't follow through enough. And as a righty, I'm a lefty, so I go, make sure you bring the stick head over the top, otherwise you're going to be throwing pucks, like a fade. On the thing. So he's like, he remembered that, but yeah, he went like 1 for 5. So, but it was cool. And
that's
then,
still
like,
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he got to go down. It was his birthday. That's why. So we found the spot where you need to go sit in the concourse before the game, where the VGK people go looking for people to do that. So if we ever go early again, we'll go right to that spot to see. And like, cause Cassidy did the over/under thing and got tickets to Kelly Clarkson.
That's cool.
So, and they fuck you on that. They'll show like McNabb and go over/under, and then they do White Cloud.
Yeah.
Right after him. It's that kind of bullshit. So I told her, I go, if it's a 3, a McNabb, or a 5, I go under, because they're going to try and fuck you with that. But she didn't do very well, but they still gave her the Kelly Clarkson tickets.
I like when they're nice. Like, I get to do it last year. I went with my buddies Matt and Albert to a game, and Albert is an attention whore. So it was right before Christmas, and he was dressed fully as Buddy the Elf. And so he was going to go with his partner, but Matt is his partner, not me, Matt, but the other Matt. And he was wearing a Marcia So jersey, so they wouldn't let him go. So they let me do it, and because I was just wearing I was wearing my custom made Cup and Six jersey. And what we had to do, it was right before Christmas. It was a special Christmas game, but we had to pick up presents of different sizes, stack them in size order, and then run them over to Chance, who was standing at center ice. And so, I mean, I crushed Albert. It was just a beatdown. But I got a $200 flight credit for Allegiant Airlines.
That'll get you cross country.
That got me to... I ended up using it to go to South Bend for an Aces game.
At Notre Dame?
At Notre Dame, yeah. So it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Thanks for sucking, Albert. Also, you're invited on the podcast whenever, Albert. There's a chair right there for you.
Speaking of sucking, that game against Florida.
The game against Florida sucked. The game against Tampa Bay was all right, but the game against Carolina was pretty good last night. Yeah,
so we got the Southern Swing Road Trip. That's what I'm going to call it going forward.
I'm glad it's over.
1-1-1. So you got a loss, and then you got the overtime loss. And then the win last night.
Yeah, we're coming back home for the Nevada game.
Nevada Day, 1:00 start for those of you that typically are used to a night VGK game against Colorado. And we'll see best team in the West, maybe. Although the Mammoth are doing really well.
Mammoths are doing well.
But a couple of notes I wrote, Florida game, that was the first one without Stone, right? Wasn't it?
Yes, I think so.
So I feel like that they just looked really bad in that, and you could call it like an early start.
Florida's a good
East
team
Coast
too.
trip. Florida, They didn't have Tkachuk though, and they don't have Barkov, so they were missing. Bobrovsky was in goal. I feel like he played probably his best game of the year against us, and then you get shut out. So you can find a couple scapegoats on that. Oh, we're flying to the East Coast. We don't have Stone, and we're trying to figure out our lines and
right. It's never easy to go across the country.
And then
anyways.
when you have a back-to-back, you can't help but think about the back-to-back. So Schmitty got the start for that game, and then what's his name? Lindblom.
Yes, Carl Lindblom
got to come in, and he's an HSK guy. It was cool to see his mom and dad and his girlfriend there in Tampa, and he played really well. Giving up, I won't fault him for the overtime goal. I'm going to fault Shea Theodore on that.
Yeah.
So it's like the fifth time he's done that in overtime. Starting to piss me off.
We do have a lot of overtime losses.
He turns the puck over in overtime, man. And so it's like Hannafin being hurt obviously puts a little bit more pressure on Shea. But yeah, I don't fault the kid for giving up that overtime goal. But what are you going to do with a 2-0 break?
And it's interesting because earlier this season you were like, I need an overtime alert, and it seems like we've gone to overtime a bunch. And I feel bad because
so I know about that. I'm watching the VGK game to know it goes to overtime. I don't need the alert on that. I need the alert for the other.
I'm texting you though, and I feel bad. I feel bad. I'm like, oh, I just tell Pete we're going to overtime, and 30 seconds into overtime, it's a loss. Like, okay, thanks a lot, defense, or lack thereof.
The review saved our butt on that one with Kucherov because they scored and then he took himself. he took himself off sides on that one. But
Yeah.
shout out, because whoever our challenge guy is, that dude is on it.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
He is, I would say he's probably like 66, 67% accurate on those. So what I got? What is that? Oh, Shea question mark. Yeah, fuck mad at Shea Theodore. And then to go into the the Carolina game, to put 19 shots on net though in one period and get zero nothing out of it. And like I was reading all the stuff that's the best period they've played and they looked really good, and like to come out of it -1 in that period, and then just I thought the third period was better. But it might have been because we scored 3.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. What is your play well or score goals?
The point of the game is to score goals.
Right.
So I weirdly enough thought that Howden's goal might have been a goalie interference. So if you're watching the replay, his right foot kind of pushes Anderson back a little bit, and he stuffs it in.
I don't even know.
You don't remember the goal?
No, I don't remember. I don't know anything about goalie interference.
Yeah, that's also.
So I don't even try anymore. But I don't think really anybody does. I don't think coaches know. I don't think goalies know. I don't think officials know. I don't think Gary Bettman
No, it's like
knows.
a football move. What is a catch?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
What is a woman? We don't know.
Right.
The pass from Barbashev to Eichel's goal, though, was like...
Oh, yes.
It was just a wraparound.
And happy belated, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. But, like, go back, was it been 3 years now? And if you could have guessed anyone on our roster that would click and have the most chemistry with Jack Eichel, I feel like Barbashev would have been one of the last people that I would pick.
I would have thought like a Chandler Stevenson and Jack Eichel would somemew become
finesse,
a combo.
Mobile, like Marchie's cool. Like I could see that. But like to throw Jack with like Will and Riley, that would have made in my brain back then.
Yeah.
But it's like Barbashev works for him, so let's not fuck with it.
Yeah, exactly. It was the Bruins used to have a combo, Ralston and Murray, Brian Ralston and Glenn Murray, and that was just two guys that you couldn't fuck with them. They always knew where the other one was at all points, and that's what it seems like what we're seeing with Jack and Barbie.
Yeah, you can throw whoever you want to. Like they have freaking Alexander Holtz on that line with them right now, or he was up with them. It was Saad, and now it's Holtz again. And it's like, we'll see. It doesn't even matter who the third person is. A couple more. Carter Hart is available to play with the HSK starting on November 15th.
November 15th, okay.
Yeah, because they don't have a game on the 14th. So
all right.
A couple games on the 14th, 15th, and on the 15th, 16th, and then he'll get a couple warm-up games. Yeah, I'm going to be gone. I was thinking about going, but I'll be gone. So, because I don't feel like I was liking Schmidt for a little bit, but he has let in some doozies in the last couple games. So
I'm thinking
he's just not. He's not a full-timer guy.
Right. There are some things where he looks amazing, and other times where you're what happened? You're scratching your head. I welcome Carter Hart. I want to see what he can do. It's good that he gets a chance to shake some rust off in Hendo. So, yeah.
That's what we got.
The only thing I have last night, Frozen Frenzy. How many games were you watching?
I watched the Golden Knights game.
That's it? Okay. So I had 2 TVs going. Now, the ESPN app allows multi-screens.
Yeah.
So I had multi-screens going on multiple TVs. And I hate Frozen Frenzy. Let me just say, Is it
because it's too much to keep track of?
That's it. It's so hard. And the novelty of 32 games all on the same day.
They stagger it, though, don't they?
Well, and that's one of the things I hate is that, like, there are 15-minute starting times. And why was our game early when we have a West Coast team
Carolina
on the East Coast, but the Bruins were playing the Islanders, 2 East Coast teams? Why couldn't that one be earlier? You could have made the Carolina game at 4 o'clock, which is a regular East Coast time, and pushed 2 East Coast teams earlier. But I don't know. Like, even Roger Goodell is not stupid enough to have all 32 teams play on the same day.
No, that would be ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And this
I hate the 4 o'clock, 5:30 staggered Monday Night Football thing.
Right.
I
Me
fucking
too.
hate that.
Yeah.
So let's not do that again.
Yes. And let's not do Frozen Frenzy. The concept is cool. The execution is terrible. Especially not when you have a World Series game going on. I literally had hockey on 7 screens on 2 TVs, and I had baseball on the other TV in a different room, and I'm walking back and forth because it's just too much going on. And I'm not even talking about basketball too, because that was just getting score updates on the phone. This is it's too much. If we're gonna try this little fun, stupid, silly experiment,
you should make it during the NBA's All-Star break after the Super Bowl. It should be in that February window right there.
So when there are no other sports going on or nothing else going on.
I think they're just trying to generate excitement.
And it is cool, but hockey fans are going to love hockey no matter what. Whether there's 32 games or 16 games or 4 games or just 1 game. Hockey fans are going to love it no matter what.
Just 1 game on tonight in hockey world.
See, there shouldn't be any. It should be, everybody played yesterday. No more back-to-backs.
All right.
Frozen Frenzy's dumb.
These cut out after an hour. So, last thing, who you got? Do you think the Dodgers get the win at home
Tonight? No, I think
break Snell tonight.
I think the Blue Jays have the momentum, and they are going to take tonight, and they're going to take Game 6 back in Toronto.
I mean, they're in a good situation. You just got to win at home.
That's it. Blue Jays took the home field advantage back, so go Jays, go American League. That's just how I am. The Dodgers may be a 5-minute ride, and Blue Jays may be from Canada, but
we'll see. And Nevada Day game, and that's all I got.
That's it.
All right.
Peace out. Go Knights, go. Go Lady Rebels starting tonight.
There we go. Against 2.
Southern Nazarene.
All right. Keep an eye out for it.